There are awful football celebrations, and then there are completely crazy ones. From a player who celebrated with a Nazi salute that earned him a lifetime ban, to another who nearly got naked to celebrate his goal. Twice, and even Ronaldo's thrusting techniques. You want to know something as special as Ronaldo's thrusting techniques? So you all, that's why we are doing a weekly $50 Amazon gift card giveaway to the Nutmeg Central fam. The code will be broken up into sections and displayed in the video, with instructions and rules later in the video. Make sure to subscribe to join the fam so you don't miss out. Here are 10 batshit crazy celebrations in football that were so provocative they had to be banned. Giorgos Katidis is a Greek, not German, Greek 20-year-old AEK footballer who did the Nazi salute in front of thousands of supporters who came to watch the AEK's 2-1 victory over Veria. When asked why, because really, why? His brilliant response was that he was pointing at a teammate in the stands. Yeah, right. And we've got Elon Musk's direct line on speed dial right now. Giorgos faced serious backlash from people, football fans and non-football fans alike, even political parties on Twitter and Facebook. It was like a virtual storm, because we are still living in a sane society. The Hellenic Football Federation, too, wasn't swallowing his load of bullshit for an excuse, and called his action a severe provocation and an insult. He eventually came out with a statement owning up to his mistakes and apologizing, saying he didn't even know what a Nazi salute was. This guy. But there was no coming back from a Nazi salute, and he got slammed with a fine of 50,000 euros, a suspension that lasted for the rest of the season, and, heaviest of all, a lifetime ban from national football. Let's move on to Giorgos' French comrade, who was banned for 18 months from the French national team for calling the head coach a son of a whore, and then told him to go fuck himself during a World Cup. Talk about an I don't give a shit attitude. Nicolas Anelka has been called the bad boy of French football, with a long list of bust-ups with managers. But we were reminded of his badness when, after scoring a goal for West Brom in a 3-3 draw with West Ham, he placed his right hand on his left shoulder for an inverted Nazi salute called the Quenelle. Anelka later said that he did it to show solidarity for his friend, who had legal issues in France. On top of that, West Brom sponsor Zoopla at the time gave a shit, as they took their £3 million a year sponsorship somewhere else. Now take a wild guess. What happens when you cost a football club its sponsorship? Do they increase your wages? No. You get booted out the fucking door. Cheers. Bye. Hope to never fucking see you again. And even after losing his job, Anelka was banned for 5 games and fined £80,000 by the FA. Dude couldn't even catch a break. It makes you ask what it is with players and political gestures that have nothing to do with football. Just focus on the fucking game. This next player decided to readjust his biological tool for focus for no sensible reason, earning him a 6-month ban and a hefty fine. Because why would Issa Al-Qasir, playing in an Asian competition, decide to do his trademark slant eye celebration, a racist gesture that is called Chinese eyes, and is deemed offensive to some groups or communities who look a certain way? You know, Japanese, Chinese, Korean, do any of these nationalities not ring a fucking bell? Al-Qasir was in hot waters when he scored both goals for his team, Persepolis, in the Asian Champions League match against Pakatur, and did his infamous celebration, where he stretches the outsides of his eyes to produce a slant eyes look. When asked, he said he performs this celebration for his nephew. Despite the fact that 30-year-old Al-Qasir didn't know this was a serious racial offense, the AFC reoriented him with a 6-month ban and a fine of $10,000. It was time to stick to his trademark celebration 6 feet deep. And there is Cristiano Ronaldo, sticking way too much into something we can't mention. During the second leg of the UEFA Champions League match between Juventus and Atletico Madrid, Atleti won the first leg 2-0. It was looking impossible for Juve to even think of equaling the score. But Ronaldo rose to the occasion to deliver an impossible hat-trick against Atleti. His jubilation after scoring the winner, however, it involved a lot of thrusting that made us understand that Georgina wasn't just dating Ronaldo for fame and money. Damn, look at that lunch. While our dirty minds were thinking that, Ronaldo's celebration was actually in response to Diego Simeone's grabbing his nuts in jubilation after Atleti won the first leg. Simeone said he was simply showing that his team showed bravery and courage. Yeah, we get it. You named them both. However, he had only praise for Ronaldo and Juve after they ousted him out of the competition. But there was no praise from UEFA as the governing body grabbed Ronaldo and Simeone by the balls, slapping them with a €20,000 fine each. Gareth Bale's goal celebration also involved the nether regions of the human body. After scoring the third goal in the 73rd minute, Bale, who had been booed and barracked by the local fans, simply celebrated by raising his right hand close to his head in a gesture that was meant to provoke Atleti fans. But he didn't stop there, according to La Liga. Then, in a gesture of possible obscene and derogatory meaning, doubled his arm while cutting across the middle of it with his other hand. His gesture told the Atletico Madrid fans to violently stick it up there, you know what. But since fans didn't get the message, Bale was able to avoid a 12-match ban. Lucky Bale. To someone who wasn't so lucky, what do you do when you are faced with racist taunts and insults directed at your family? This was the dilemma Adebayor faced when playing for Man City against his former club Arsenal. Arsenal fans had called his mother a whore and his father an elephant washer, and Adebayor was sick of it. So in the 79th minute of the game, a beautiful cross was met with an angry Adebayor's head. As the ball passed the goalkeeper, Arsenal's suffering was compounded, but they had no idea what would happen. On landing from the header, Adebayor turned and raced 100 yards back to the other side of the pitch, where the Arsenal fans were positioned, and performed a knee slide in front of them while they pelted him angrily with anything they could find, and he didn't even blink. A City fan remembering that moment, brilliant, absolutely brilliant. The FA acknowledged that Arsenal fans were wrong, but Adebayor still got a 2-match ban and a £25,000 fine for his excessive and provocative celebration against his former club. We feel it was more provocative and not excessive in the least, and one of the biggest fuck you celebrations in football. Adebayor's fuck you celebration was big, but it was nothing compared to Robbie Fowler's cocaine-sniffing celebration. Yeah, you heard that right. Older footballers have no chill. Liverpool faced off with rivals Everton, and Fowler was in the form of his life. He was so good, people were throwing allegations of drug use at him from all angles, and Everton, Liverpool's hated rival, seemed to be spearheading those accusations. Fowler was fed up with the shit, and when he scored a penalty against the bitter rivals, he knelt in front of their stand and imitated sniffing cocaine. To show he didn't give two fucks, Fowler did the celebration a second time. As we said, football is way softer now. These old guys do not fucking care. Look at his face. The FA then made Fowler snort a 6-game ban and a £32,000 fine to teach young British people that drugs aren't cool. You know what else isn't cool? Being very rough while handling animals. This was something Anthony Uja had to learn the hard way. In the match between Cologne and Eintracht Frankfurt, Uja scored in the 82nd minute on Sunday to put Cologne 4-1 up. In his excitement, he ran over to the touchline where the team's goat mascot named Hennes was stationed and pulled sharply on its horns, attempting to mount the animal. And here we are thinking that we can't be shocked anymore. Then there is this shit. And shitty it was, because the referee gave Uja a red card for his crazy celebration. He did apologize to Hennes for his hard celebration. Uja wasn't punished beyond the card, it was just so odd that we had to add it to our list. Carlos Tevez seems to share Uja's fascination with animals, and because of that, scoring goals ignites a biological reaction in him that makes him run and beat his elbows in the air like a fucking chicken. It's pure comedy gold, and we fucking love it. But he eventually saw red for that celebration since it was obvious to the referee that Tevez was calling fans of River Plate, Boca Juniors' main rival, chickens, and they were happy to see justice served. What is football if fans are not served a bit of nudity from time to time? And no, we have had our fill of those types. We want something more risque, more daring. During the UEFA Euro 2012 qualifying match between Montenegro and Switzerland, Vucinic netted the winning goal, and fans could not have been prepared for his celebration. Vucinic pulled his pants down and was left with only his briefs. Then he proceeds to use his shorts as headgear. Shocked? Some fans were so shocked they forgot to celebrate the goal. You can see his teammate ask him, why? Perhaps it was a mistake, right? 3 years later, Juventus is playing Pescara, and Vucinic scores for Juve. How does our exhibitionist celebrate once again? Juve white shorts off and swirling in the air, Vucinic never disappoints. Juve's club owner is celebrating in the stands, only to turn around to see his player half naked. What the fuck is this shit, he thinks, shocked. Head coach Conte is more reactive, slapping some sense into Vucinic. You are an adult man, grow the fuck up. Fucking hell, that is what we believe he's saying in Italian. Holy shit, Mirko Vucinic just delivers the goods with no fucks given. Twice, and we thought Ronaldo was kind. This guy is awfully generous. What the hell is his Instagram? However, Vucinic only got a slap on the wrist with a yellow card for his bizarre celebration. He went on to net another beautiful curler in the same match. At least now we know money and fame don't remove crazy behavior. Check out our next video. You don't want to miss this.